Hi, my name's Natalie Lewis, and I work for the Teachers College Reading and Writing Project. And since so much of our teaching and learning has gone virtual in the last few months, a lot of people have been asking about how to support their kids when their teachers are posting lessons that have already been taped. Could be really tricky for kids, especially little kids who have never really learned from a taped lesson before. So I'm here to give you a couple of tips that will help you support your child if your teacher has posted a pre-recorded lesson and your child is expected to learn as much as possible from that taped lesson. So I'm going to share a mini lesson that we made that could have been posted for your child. It's from a first grade unit about nonfiction writing, and it's my colleague Christy who is doing the teaching. What I'm going to do is I'm going to voice over or say, sort of over top of Christy, some of what's important for you to know about what she's doing so that you can then support your child at home with noticing and doing the things that we've included in the lesson to help maximize learning. Okay, so let me pull up that lesson for you now. Okay, so here's Christy, and I'm going to press play, and then I'll talk a little bit over her. The point is not so much that you actually learn from this lesson per se. It's more about noticing some of what is built into the lesson that you can support your child with so that they learn as much as possible. Okay, so let's start, Christy.
Busy writing your table of contents. I know I have been. Will you hold up your table of contents nice and proud?
Good. So notice, I'm just going to pause here. Notice how Christy is showing her writing as the teacher, and she's expecting that the kids who are watching have their own writing. So then your child should have right there some of their own writing. Some other things to notice are that this is a writing lesson. So important to notice the subject could be writing, could be reading. We even have phonics lessons that could be posted. Notice also the time. So this lesson is in total 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Really helpful to say that to kids. Just for 5 minutes, you're going to be focusing to learn as much as you can from this teacher, and then you're going to go do your work. Feels doable when it's 5 minutes. We've aimed for 10 minutes or less in all of our lessons, and mostly the lessons are somewhere around 6 minutes. So notice the subject, notice the time. Also, notice the materials. So Christy has paper and she's going to have something to write with. Does your child have paper at the start of this lesson, something to write with, and maybe what they've already created? Okay, she's already sort of recapping. Let's watch a little more what they've done so far, right? Recapping.
This is exciting. So writers, what you can do is once you have all of your table of contents written out, you may have started writing some of them the other day. But what you can do is you can take the table of contents chapter and then take blank paper and then write the exact same title down. And
so
you, for all
you as the adult could just be looking
at your table of contents
right or now, encouraging your child to look.
Which ones are you working on today?
To see if they've done those things.
The first and the second one today?
With their topic.
Are you working on the third one
Probably
today?
Not bikes for them.
Go ahead, decide what you're going to work on today. I got mine in mind.
You should be thinking about when she says decide, you can be encouraging your child, what will you work on today? And then they might point to their chapter or they might say out loud which thing they're going to write about today. Christy's encouraging your child to participate and to not just be a flat passive learner, but to be talking back.
So writers, today I want to teach you that you can plan chapters the same way that you planned your teaching picture books. That you can plan all you want to say in the chapter across your fingers. And you could say a bunch about each part within a chapter across your hand.
Okay, so I just want to pause there. Every single lesson that we have made has today I want to teach you. So we can start to train kids to listen for that phrase, today I want to teach you. And then Christy says explicitly a strategy or how to do the thing that she wants them to do. So in this case, how to say a lot in a chapter, you say, right, a thing on each of your fingers so that you have a lot to say and a lot to write in a particular part of your teaching book. Okay, so listening for that. Today I want to teach you. Now you'll watch her do it with her book.
Started with biking in the park. And this may be a topic that maybe you know about. And if you know about this topic, think with me, what would you say about biking in the park? So let me think. Let me get my hand ready. I'm going to try to say as much as I know about my one chapter, biking in the park. Okay.
So right now she's doing it.
Park in my head, which is
and that should help your child copy and do it for their book.
What do I know about that park? Well, I know that there is paths for the bikes. So that way there's people walking on one side or playing sports on one side. And then there's a path just for bikers. It's almost like a mini road. Okay, that's one thing. What else do I know about biking in the park? Ooh, I sometimes see bike races. I see grown-ups that are racing their bikes, and they are
Notice how she's pushing herself to say more, even on each finger. A lot of sentences.
Almost like a big bathing suit that covers your whole body. It's really tight. They have tight shorts, tight shirt. Nothing is baggy. So make them write about grown-up races in the park.
So when the teacher is demonstrating, if you happen to be there to support your child, or you could just be calling over, what is she doing right now? So noticing what she's doing and then also naming it. So she's talking about her bike and she's using her hands to help her, right, push herself to say more and more. So another big thing is noticing and naming what the teacher is doing when the teacher is demonstrating.
What else do I know about biking in the park? Oh, well, I know some people bike ride in a park just to work out. So usually if you go early in the morning, there's a lot of people before work and they are working out and they're trying to ride their bikes as fast as they can. They're not racing anybody, but they're just trying to get a lot of good exercise in the morning. What else do I know? Oh, I sometimes see kids and they're just riding for fun. They're with their friends or even just with their family and they're riding their bikes. So writers, do you see how I did that? I chose just one topic from my table of contents, biking in the park. And then I took my hand and I said everything I know about that topic and pushed myself to try to say more.
So notice right there, she's recapping. Sorry, I didn't mean to go past. She's recapping what she did so that it makes it more likely your child will remember what the point of this particular lesson was because she's saying it again. Let's just keep going.
They're not racing anybody.
Let's go further down here.
Said everything I know about kinds of bikes. And think with me, what kinds of bikes do you know about? So if I'm going to fill my page with lots of teaching information, I need to think, what do I know about kinds of bikes? Okay, here it goes. Okay, so this part she's asking for participation. So if your child can, they're going to be trying to like shout out or talk back. So that's another thing. Join in, talk back, right to the screen. That could just be answering what they know about what the teacher has asked. So in this case, it's about kinds of bikes. I could talk about race bikes. So I could be like, I know about unicycles. Unicycles are bikes that only have one wheel, right? If I was a child, I could be doing something like that. Oh, there's kid bikes. Think about kid bikes. I'm gonna go further past. Looks like a park. There's even motorbikes. I don't stop until I get all the way across my hand. And you're going to just try this. Take your hand. Think about the different little pieces of information that go inside of just one part of your table of contents and push yourself today to write as much as you can. Have fun. So when the lesson is over, you might do two last things. You might say, teach me what you just learned and have your child explain it. And you also can ask, tell me what you'll do now.
because now the expectation is that they'll start to do their writing, that they'll work in the same ways, probably for 20 to 30 minutes, doing as much writing as possible, using the strategy that the teacher just taught. So if I was going to give you a little cheat sheet here, just to sum up what I talked about, it would look something like this. So it'd be like, notice the subject and the materials, notice the video length, right? Then watch for the recap, sort of the teacher summing up what they've done so far. Teach your child to listen for the teaching. Today I want to teach you for that phrase. Then just know that the teacher often demonstrates, so your child could be noticing and naming what the teacher is doing, because they're going to have to copy that thing in their own writing. Always be listening and encouraging your child to join in or talk back, because this can feel very flat and impersonal. But when children are more active, they tend to learn more. And then once the lesson is over, you could say, teach me what you just learned, and also tell me what you're going to do now. I hope this was helpful. Thanks. Bye.